Thank you, Dr. Maya, for the wonderful welcome. I'm so really pleased to be back with you guys again. Yay! I'm back in this beautiful sanctuary. The sun has come out. It's filling the room with the beautiful colors of the stained glass window. And I've been here, let's see, I arrived back on Monday. So I'm missing the snow. North Carolina was 80 degrees this week. So I'm glad I brought all of my warm clothes. Gloria picked me up at the airport. Thank you very much. And she goes, why are your bags so heavy? I was like, every piece of warm clothing I own that I've not worn in 5 years is in those bags. I'm so glad I had them. So I've been really toasty. So thanks for the warm welcome. Very happy to be here. You know, since I was here in November, I've changed my name, still Rev Chris, but now I'm Rev Chris Nygren. I went back to my maiden name. When Nygren is Swedish, it means new branch in Swedish. So it was time, because I also officially retired from the job I was doing full-time while I was here. And I've just been doing working part-time 2 days a week for another month or two. And anyway, so I've got just to say the result, those two things, especially the retirement, came directly from my experience with all of you in November. Thank you. It was transformative for me. And anyway, I'm very happy to be back with a little bit different mind, not so stressed, you know, anyway, because I just enjoyed this so much, this role of minister in residence. And it's just been you guys are very close to my heart. So I thank you. So thank you. Wilma's reading of today's daily word, thank you, Wilma, was exactly what we're going to be doing today. So even though it's snowy out, you know, we're approaching the spring equinox, and at the last Sunday that I'm here in March, we're going to be celebrating the spring equinox. It'll probably still be cold, maybe even snowy here, but that doesn't mean there aren't seeds being incubated and gestated outside in nature, as well as in our own hearts. So we're going to do a little preparation of our soil for our beautiful garden, right? Because what do you do when the snow finally starts to melt off, right? You're cleaning up old dead branches and dead grasses, that, you know, things that didn't survive the winter. You know, you're trimming back. You might not be weeding yet, but you're preparing the garden for new growth. So that's what we're going to do in our own hearts. And to do that, it's all about releasing. So those of you in the sanctuary should have a little piece of tourmaline. Those of you who aren't here, if you have a stone you'd like to use for our experience today, feel free. You don't have to have one. It's just a little extra support. Tourmaline, it looks like a piece of coal, but it's super hard. It represents purification and protection. So we're going to be using this as a extra support and a little stone companion. Also, remember when I Julia was a guest speaker, and she reminded us that it's an energy totem for us. And as Dr. Maya said, the mystical tradition, so although unity is my kind of home base, as many of you know, I explore many different traditions, and especially things having to do with nature-based traditions. So another reason for having a stone. So what does spring cleaning mean for us? Well, I was reading Charles Fillmore and Myrtle Fillmore, the founders of Unity. They have a book about healing, you know, the Healing Letters by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And I can't tell you what page numbers these things are because I'm reading it on my Kindle. But as we know that spring is on its way, this is a practice that I'm going to share with you, because as Myrtle and Charles said in their book, the only way to abide in cosmic consciousness is to develop Christ consciousness. And in Unity language, these are just their words written 100 years ago to represent ways of being, right? Christ is a type of consciousness, not necessarily a person. Cosmic consciousnesses, these are kind of synonyms here, but this is our own higher consciousness, our connection with the divine, our connection with love, our connection with oneness as it is on our walls. And the statement that was adopted here I think Dr. Maya told me, by the Unity Center, religion is oneness. and joy is our birthright of Unity Center Montreal. So what does it feel like to be connected to our cosmic consciousness, our higher self, and Christ consciousness? How do we know we're there? We're there all the time, but we might not always be aware in our conscious daily living, right? We might forget or be distracted or something. It's always in us at all times. It's just our conscious awareness. So a description from the Healing Letters from Charles and Myrtle, they said, if you're abiding in cosmic consciousness, they are free and joyous and can keep healthy and prosperous. The past does not worry them. The future does not entice them. They know that a full measure of good is theirs here and now. They profit by the past, they glory in the now, and fearlessly look towards the future. How many of you have had recent moments where you felt like this, free and joyous and keeping healthy and prosperous? A few moments recently? Maybe a lot of moments? Or maybe it's something in the past. Our awareness of this way of being kind of goes like this, doesn't? Up and down, like way down, way up. It's not like a constant, in our awareness, it's not a constant state, but in our being, in our physical being, our heart and our minds, it is a constant state, because we are always connected, because we are not just connected in unity, we stand in that divine consciousness. Our attention, our own personal consciousness is in the bigger consciousness, like a river. We're always in the river, whether we feel it or recognize it. We might not always feel joyful. We might not always feel healthy and prosperous. We might not always feel free, but we are always there. That is always available to us. And affirmative prayer in unity actually reminds us, that's the purpose of affirmative prayer and affirmations, is to remind us that that is our natural state. But there are things in the way. So I like to listen to Michael Singer's podcasts on YouTube. Have you guys read his book? Like The Surrender Experiment, for example, is one of his books. And he's got this great one, Michael Singer's podcast, Doing the Real Work of Freeing Yourself. And I'm going to share some words from that podcast. Basically, he says, our spiritual, we're always in the flow, we're always connected, but feelings of things like embarrassment, guilt, shame, desires and needs and other things kind of gets in the way. Those feelings block our way, and those feelings are part of living, part of life. And he likens it to, those are stones in a stream, boulders in a river. Our natural state is the flow, where they're stuck in the flow like boulders, and they create white water, and they create splashes, and they create waves, they create turbulence. So using this metaphor, he says, well, all we really need to do, it's simple. So he says, remove those stones, remove those boulders, and the river flows naturally. You don't have to do anything else. You just remove those barriers, those emotions that are in our way, that are blocking our way and creating white water. Once you remove those stones, the water's there, and the water just smooths out and flows. And that's the home, that's the flow of our joy and our freedom and our prosperity and our health. So let's get rid of but we're not excavating or anything. We're just gonna rise. All right, for those of you here, you've got a piece of tourmaline. You're welcome to just hold it in your right hand, or in the traditions that I know of, earth-based traditions, the right hand is your giving side. So as we experience this, we're going to be charging up this stone so that you can take it home with you, or if you're already home and using it, stone will hold the energy of our, just like in the daily word. What does it mean to release? Here's a way, right? Here's one practice that you could use. All right, so the first part, and Sandra, if you were here, I would have you playing some beautiful piano music in the background. So we'll just use our imagination for that. So I would like you to just close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and just relax into your seat. Just relax your body, open your heart and open your imagination. And imagine yourself in a warm, safe place, a place you've been before, a place you feel totally comfortable, totally at home, totally relaxed, and totally safe. Just place yourself there and use your senses to bring yourself into this place. Use, when you're in this place, what does it smell like? What's the lighting? What do you hear? What's the temperature? Do you feel a breeze on your skin? Are you sitting or standing or laying down? What's your body feel like in this beautiful, safe place? And who are you surrounded with? Maybe your favorite, the God of your understanding, or your favorite angel, angelic being, or, God, whoever it is. Or maybe it's not a person, maybe it's just a feeling, a sensation. That cosmic connection is surrounding you in this beautiful, safe space. Now you're in this safe space, but you're wearing your winter boots because we're in Montreal. You're wearing winter coats, you're wearing layers of clothing, hats, scarves. And when you're ready at your own pace, I would like you to just let those items of clothing drop, your hat, your heavy coat, your boots, so that you're freer in this space. And as you're removing those things, just let them fall to the ground. And imagine those things falling to the ground are layers of beliefs and patterns and habits, experiences, memories, roles. Just let them all just drop to the ground. And see if you can feel the lightness of being that is at the core of you. Your essence, your divine essence, your spark of the divine, your expression of oneness. See if you can peel off enough layers and drop them to the ground gently so that you can feel your own inner essence, that power coming from you. See if you can get a sense of that. Maybe it's warmer or brighter. Maybe there's a little sparkly feeling. Maybe there's just a sensation of freedom. Maybe there's a sensation of complete wholeness. Maybe you're hearing music, your own note. Maybe you're smelling a fragrance, a beautiful fragrance, your own divine fragrance. And maybe you can feel yourself wrapped in the comfort of divine consciousness, divine love, divine compassion, as you feel your essence. And take a deep breath in this state of consciousness. This is, for today, an experience of your divine essence. Breathe it in. Take off some more layers that you want to release, layers of emotion. Maybe for now, just let the guilt drop to the floor, or the feelings of embarrassment or needs that you're aware of. Just let them drop to the floor, desires. And in this state of divine essence, divine presence, being part of that oneness, being in the flow of that joy and freedom, health and prosperity, the joy that is your birthright. Let's give thanks. for being able to feel this. Note the sensations, hear, feel, smell, see, whatever senses come to you. Just give thanks from your heart. Express gratitude for this moment. And now here's the fun part. Here's the fun part. Are you ready? While you're in this beautiful state, instead of just picking up the coat and the boots and putting them back on, everything you've dropped and left so you feel your divine essence is now transparent veils, like transparent scarves. Pick up only those things that you want to put on again and leave behind anything you're just going to leave here for the divine cleanup crew to take care of. Which items will you choose to put back on, to clothe your divine essence, to express your divine essence? What will be useful to you back here in this time and place? Think of roles that you have. Think of, what memories do you want to bring forward? Leaving behind any that no longer serve you. What habits and ways of being do you want to choose to put on your divine essence? Feel yourself putting them on like rainbow colors. Beautiful robes of rainbow colored light you're putting back on. Relationships, desires, needs, wants, expectations, commitments. But make sure you don't cover up the heart center, because this is where you'll take with you that beautiful feeling of divine essence into this time and place once again for this season of spring. Now, as you put your boots back on, your boots are now boots of light and love and power, wonderful on your feet. But every step you take, you are kissing the earth with that divine love energy with every step. And as you put on any more layers, pick up your last layers that you choose to put back on. And that cosmic consciousness cleanup crew is ready to come and compost and transmute anything you choose to leave behind. And with your next inhale, when you're ready, just breathe yourself back into this place and time. Big deep breath to the body. You're here again in this time and place. Try that again. Big deep breath in and sound like a whale. Now, when you're ready, wiggle your toes and your light boots and your fingers and your light gloves. Wiggle your knees and your body and your toes. Let's stand up and make sure you're fully present here with your heart light open here in your chest and your rainbow light clothes on. I see you guys looking brighter. Come on, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Ooh-wee. And now for those of you that have a stone with you, take a look at this stone. It's remembering for you everything you just experienced. So you can tap in by using this stone to your divine essence once again and bring it back into your consciousness at any time. Carry this with you, put it on your altar, however you would like to use it. Put it in a place of honor this pure grounding stone. So in shamanism, that practice that we just did of releasing is also called dismemberment and rememberment. So memberment is being the limb of a body. Usually in the past, that was referred to as like the flesh of your arm as a member of your body, but it also means member of a community, right? So dismemberment means unmembering yourself, right? Separating out, leaving behind. Yeah, that's exactly what we did with leaving our stuff on the ground, right? Doesn't have to be physical. And then remembering is bringing back in those parts of us we want to put back together to assemble our conscious, divine consciousness in this time and place, in this life where our attention is right now. And in some shamanic traditions and other earth traditions, there are similar things, all a little bit different. So I hope you experienced a gentle oil is tended and ready for incubating your new seeds of intention and love that you're working on to emerge this spring. Thank you for that. For participating. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Okay, well, that's the message for today. So the other thing we want to do now is do our offering. So we have from this place of divine consciousness and this flow of health and prosperity, by keeping things in the flow, by staying dynamic and staying moving and expressing our uniqueness and expressing our prosperity and our health, we invite you to express that and share it with your bigger community here, your Unity Center of Montreal. And you can do that online. There's a PayPal address. There's also a box at the back, and I can get that to you. And we're going to say together, honoring blessing. Put your hands on your heart if you would. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I joyously give, and all that I joyously receive. We are grateful. Thank you.